They never let me forget it. From the day I announced I was quitting my 9 to 5 to chase my dream of becoming a game developer, they laughed. My mother's eyes rolled so hard I thought they'd fall out. My father scoffed, shaking his head as if I'd just announced I planned to walk into a hurricane. My siblings? They called me foolish, naive, even embarrassing. "You're wasting your life," my brother said, sneering. "That's a pipe dream," my sister whispered behind my back. They told me I was chasing a fantasy, something pathetic and unachievable, and that I was dragging the family's reputation down with me. At first, they mocked me openly, their words like stones thrown at my confidence. But I was stubborn. I buried my doubts in late-night coding marathons, poured my soul into every pixel, every line of code. I sacrificed everything, friends, comfort, stability, for that impossible dream. I knew I was forging a path nobody else believed in. Deep down, I knew I had to prove them wrong. Years passed. I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into my project, an indie game I believed could stand apart. It wasn't easy. Countless sleepless nights, rejections, bugs, and moments where I wanted to give up. But I kept going because I knew in my heart that I was destined for more than their contempt. And then it happened. My game took off. It caught the attention of a major publisher, exploded into the mainstream. Players loved it. Critics praised it. I went from being the laughingstock of my family to a recognized name in the industry. The fame wasn't what mattered most. It was the validation. I had done what they said I couldn't, what they called ridiculous. Now, years later, I finally returned home, not as the failure they once mocked, but as someone who had defied every naysayer and carved a legacy. I stepped through that familiar door, my heart pounding with anticipation, with a quiet fury that had simmered for years. Their eyes met mine. Silence fell like a heavy curtain. My family gathered in the living room, the same people who once looked at my dreams with disdain, who mocked my every move. But now they saw me differently. I looked around. The house hadn't changed much. The old photos still lined the walls, moments of a childhood I'd left behind. But I saw something else, something new, something powerful. I pulled out my phone, revealing the latest awards, the headlines praising my work. My name etched into the industry's Hall of Fame. I saw their faces, shock, disbelief, a hint of shame. "Did you really do this?" my mother finally whispered, voice trembling. I nodded. Yes, I did. My father looked away, but couldn't hide the flicker of pride in his eyes. My siblings sat there stunned into silence, perhaps realizing how wrong they'd been. I stepped forward, voice steady but fierce. "You told me I was wasting my life, that I was embarrassing the family. But I turned those words into fuel. I worked harder, fought harder, refused to let your doubts define me. I built something from nothing. I proved that dreams, real, reckless, impossible dreams, are worth fighting for." I paused, my eyes locking onto theirs. "And I'm not done yet. This is just the beginning. Watch me grow. Watch what someone can do when they refuse to give up, no matter how many people tell them they're foolish." A silence stretched thick with unspoken emotions. Then my mother reached out, tears in her eyes, clutching my hand. My father finally looked at me, proud, quietly impressed. My siblings hesitated, then nodded, acknowledging the truth in my words. That night, I felt that long-held anger lift. I had returned not just to show them what I'd become, but to show myself, the kid who had dared to dream, who had fought through rejection and cynicism and emerged victorious. I had turned their mocking into praise, their doubts into footsteps on my journey. And I knew, in that moment, I had finally reclaimed my story, a story of resilience, defiance, and undeniable success. They see me now, a living testament that no dream is too ridiculous, no journey too impossible. And I walk forward, stronger than ever, ready to keep building, creating, transforming not just my life, but the legacy I leave behind.